There's more.
Yes, there's more. There's a video
But
game.
wait, there's more.
So let me
This
let
is
me show,
awesome.
so let me show one of the screenshots from the video game. I'll show another one like after I read this little bit. So I did investigation on this. So people thought this video game was created by the cult as a recruitment mean, but it was actually made by Satirized. So the game's called The Story of Kamikushiki Village, published by Omsoft and created by Happysoft, both suspected to be Wing's infamous Shinrikyo death cult. But it was revealed by Vice reporters that these companies were actually anti-Om Shinrikyo, which the game was supposed to be making fun of them. So at first, this game looks like something out of a creepypasta. Weird cartoon caricatures of Shoko Asahara deep-fried lo-fi background music with chanting vocals, which were taken from Shoko's own singing when I showed the album of earlier. It's probably from that album. So it looks like something you're not supposed to look at least upon the world on June 29th of 1995. It was sold on the PC 98 and sold through an underground magazine called Game Urara, a magazine known for shocking images, software piracy, and pornography. Sounds like, something that we'd probably look at. And then just a few months after the sarin gas attacks, underground magazine Game Urara released like this visual novel game in March the same year. So it puts the player in control of the big man himself, Shoko Asahara. The main objective is to manage the cult, collect resources, indoctrinate new members, all with the aim of eventually carrying out the subway sarin gas attack. So the opening intro of the game is a compilation of newsreels and showing off some of the cult's most hilarious moments, such as attempting to fly through meditation and regularly holding underwater breath while holding competitions for many in Japan. At the time, people weren't aware that the Shinrikyo cult itself was looked upon as nothing more than a joke, and a bunch of goofy Buddhists showing off their superpowers earned through meditation. So the cult, unlike many others, was also quite open to interviews, having their spokesman, who would also be featured in the following clip, addressing accusations leveled at them and tossing them over his shoulder. A clip would then be replayed endlessly in Japan media following the attacks. While the game for some time was believed to be a recruitment tool for the cult in the West to a Japanese audience, it was quite obvious that this is making fun of the cult.
Right.
So while the original programmers of the game were originally lost of time, some of the speculation from the legendary Japanese gamer satirist Calvin Kurosawa, creator of Hong Kong 97. Kurosawa states that he knew the two guys that made the game and attended high school with them. He had lost touch with the creators. He states the intention was to mock Am Shinrikyo while becoming increasingly more unnerved by their growing influence in the country and the fact that began to openly run political candidates for office. Was while some digging users, the retro Japanese gaming forum Tokugawa Corp, the fact that they found the original programmer's name Takeshi Kanai and Koichi Kansana. So the later guy, he actually worked for Konami, but it doesn't say what games he worked on. And so
I gotta say, I gotta throw this out there: low-hanging fruit for the game industry. Reimagine this cult story.
They already did with
a fantasy RPG. Like, just hybrid it with a little bit of Cthulhu. Just,
So you're talking about Cult of the Lamb, right? It's almost the same concept there.
I'm not familiar with that cult. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
Oh, no, the game. Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, the game Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Okay. That was on Steam, wasn't it?
On Steam, yeah.
That's some pretty trippy visuals, but I haven't played it yet.
But yeah, you have to convert followers into your own cult and then do fun stuff with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, this is awesome.
So like he confirmed that the pair are behind the game. So there was quite a few videos on the horror side of YouTube that gets this information around, claiming the game is meant to brainwash you becoming a radical Buddhist, or Shoko himself will steal your soul. So it's all bullshit. The game is just anti-Om parody and not some weird recruitment tool like their the anime, which we will show clips of the anime in a minute. So the game is ultimately a resource management sim, placing in charge of Shoko as well as a few other higher ups in the cult. And you go through daily events, fighting both time and your limited resources in order to build up enough supplies to carry out your deadly attack. If you fail, the world ends in some sort of cataclysmic event, and Shoko looks very sad in the top right corner. So your main resource is the blood of Shoko Asahara himself, something that the cult members would routinely drink because he believed that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ, and that's what it led back to. So another resource you need to manage is bathwater, because he is the OG Belle Delphine, and the members would inject the bathwater to gain fractions of his enlightenment. And the game, routinely mocks both practices, showing him milking blood from his fingers like a cow as he goofily pumped the bathwater through an IV. And I'll show that image real quick.
Ooh. Does this mean I'm just having flashbacks to Jordan Peterson believing people were being...
Well, I don't know if he's washing his penis in the video game, but he seems to be clean. So as you progress through this relatively short game, you also get to take part in real events other than just sarin gas bombing, such as the Sakamoto the family murders, where a cult murdered the lawyer and his family who are taking legal action against them. And then also it has the part where they test run their sarin gas in the 1994 Matsumoto sarin gas attack while you manage your blood and bathwater. You also have to train up the big boy through meditation. So when you're done training, you can carry out missionary work, invest your money, collect tithes from your members, and most important of all, you have to rest. But there's not much gameplay. You just use your blood and bathwater to increase your income, which helps you fund your attacks and missionary work. Now, if you have enough followers, Buddhism superpowers, and money by the requisite date, you get to carry out the attack and win the game. So they said the game plays like a very old 4X game where you manage a few important people, the resources, you expand your influence. But there's not much, polish to the game, and it ends up like it just launched itself from